Hey everybody, I'm Corey.
And I'm Dana.
And welcome to Our Lives Travel. We're back cruising.
So today I'm actually going to show you a different type of room than you have seen us have before, and this is an accessible room. Again, we are on Serenade of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, and this is an accessible room. So let's start at the front door. So first thing you're going to see here at the front door, you're going to see that you have two eye holes. So if you are in a wheelchair, you can use the one down low. If you're able to stand, you can use the one up high. Then over here, we're going to have your closets. So the important thing about this closet is, again, if you are in a wheelchair or sitting low and unable to stand, you can actually use this to pull your clothes down. Now, I'm going to tell you that I happen to be standing pulling on it. This is kind of hard to pull down, so you're going to have to use some muscle to get this down. I'm sure they'll help you if you need it, but just know it's a little hard to pull down. Again, this is where you can put your clothes and you can raise it back up, which would be important for somebody like me because I'm tall. So I may need to pull it down to get to my clothes, but I would like to put it back up to actually hang them because of my height. You also still have a bar here with additional coat hangers. You have some shelves here as well. And be careful lifting this back up because, again, it's on a spring. Now, interestingly enough, if you were in a wheelchair, I don't know how you would get down your life jackets. I mean, this one, maybe if you could reach high enough, you could pull them down. They might want to consider lowering those. But otherwise, this is the closet. So now what you're going to see is that you have your desk, vanity, whatever you call it. You're going to see here, you got 3 drawers over here. Pretty deep. You're going to have your small trash can as always, and you're going to have another 3 drawers. So one thing I want to point out here, and actually it was a little bit of concern of mine. So with the handicap room, in my mind anyway, I would think there might be more of a need for more plugs, particularly by the bed. Because if you have a scooter, for example, you're going to want to plug that up. You can have CPAP machines, oxygen, anything that you may need to plug in. But we've only seen these same 2 plugs, just like in a non-accessible room. So that's interesting. So this is Coco K stuff. You get your usual cruise compass. And as you see, you get 2 masks. And you can get as many masks as you need. You can get more than 2, but if you need them. And you also get some hand sanitizer. Now, one thing Royal Caribbean is doing is allowing you to see the doctor free of charge for things that may be related to COVID. So you can see there some of the symptoms they're talking about. One thing I want to point out is some people may not realize there are mirrors here on the sides, and there is more storage. Royal Caribbean doesn't have a lack of storage on any of the ships we've been on. All right, and Corey, you'll show them that other one also open. So you have your TV, and then above your TV, you're going to have more storage as well as a safe. Again, from an accessibility standpoint, you're going to have a hard time reaching this safe. But anyway, so this is additional storage. Like I said, Royal Caribbean always has tons of storage. Down here, you're going to see your cooler.
Very important to say cooler, not refrigerator.
Yes. And so we'll see how this actually cools. One tip, and I know we've mentioned this before, that we heard about is to actually never close this door all the way, because what happens is the cooler's not getting air. And when it doesn't get air, it doesn't cool down as well. So you just kind of want to leave it open a little bit. Next, you'll see you have seating for two, so you have a little couch. One thing I want to point out here is you're going to see there's this table. So this table is movable. This is your way out to the balcony. So if this table's in the way, you're going to need to move it. So you could just move it. One thing I do want to point out, down here on the floor is a ramp to help you get out onto the balcony. So we're just going to open the door here, and you see if you had a ramp, how you could just push yourself out there. So you don't have to step down or anything. So you got your traditional 2 seats and a table, but then you also have your space over here. Okay, so as always, you got your 2 twins pushed together, give you a king size bed.
Got a window right here to look out.
Now, so one thing I want to point out is you actually have a call button on this side of the bed. And so this is like if for some reason you're in the bed, it's an emergency. There are 2 ways you can do it. There's one where you can lay it on the bed so it can reach each side of the bed. And you would just press that. There's also a call button right under the light. And you could press that. I really love this feature, especially if you are handy capable, but you're traveling solo. This is great if you just need to know there's some extra help if something happens. I'll be interested to see if they also have this in the bathroom. But so I think that's a great safety feature that they have there.
You got a little lamp. That doesn't seem to work.
It looks like it's too bad.
Oh. Nope. Oh. It's just slow.
Okay, so now we're on the other side of the bed, and this is the side that's closest to the bathroom. So you're going to have your typical nightstand just like on the other side, so you'll have room to put stuff in there. You're going to have this phone that is obviously looks like it's from 1902, so I'm assuming there's a reason for that. So I may have to ask about that because I don't know. But also over here on your bedside table, you'll have lights just like on the other side. One thing that's interesting is you have additional drawers here. And I like this because you don't have to go all the way to the other side if there's things you need to keep specifically next to you at night. So again, you got drawers here. And they're pretty wide. Not as deep as the other ones, but they're a decent size.
You got a nice shelf.
And a nice place to put some stuff here.
I don't have a big shelf on my side.
You don't need a big shelf. Women need big shelves, so that's why I have a big shelf. All right, so now let's take a look at the bathroom. Now, one thing I want to point out before we go into the bathroom is the floor. Just like going out to the balcony, there is a incline here for the floor so that, again, if you have a wheelchair, that you can roll it safely into the bathroom. So the first thing you'll notice on the inside of the door is you have hooks to hang robes, towels, what have you. I'm just going to cut the light on, which is outside the bathroom, by the way, over here. So the first thing you'll notice with the restroom is grab bars. And the great thing about the grab bars are they extremely, they're very heavy duty. So you need to lean on them or use them to transfer back and forth. Do not worry about it in terms of if you have concerns about weight or anything like that. They are very heavy duty. They will hold you. They're not going anywhere. Next thing, again, we have a phone in the bathroom. Great, again, for emergencies. We also have a pull cord. So again, how I was talking about out by the bedroom, there's something there in case of emergency. They do have one in here as well. So here we have the shower. And I've gone ahead and lowered the seat down. Here, I can show you what it does. You see how the seat comes up and it comes down. Again, heavy duty, guys. I've sat on this. You're not going anywhere. It's great. As I always do, I like to show you the room that you'll have inside the shower. So this is me. I'm sitting on the shower seat inside the shower. You do have your clothesline. One thing I did notice in here that I did like is a lot of times the option in the handicap rooms, you just get a handheld shower, and that's fine. You can usually adjust it up on a stick, but actually here you get an overhead. I don't know if I've ever seen that in the handicap rooms. Typically it is just the handheld, and they do have the handheld, but that's what I get.
We're not ready for a shower yet.
They do have the handheld, but I like the option of having both. I know people have asked before what I thought of the shampoo. Again, if at home you wash your hair with the same thing you wash your body with, then you'll probably be fine. I don't, so I bring my own shampoo and conditioner. So just to show you that's in here as well.
Does this water come out of here too?
So it looks like it does, and that's interesting to me because this looks like it would be a lot of water to like fill a bathtub, but this is not a bathtub, so I don't know. I'll have to test it and let you know. That I don't know. But you still have the controls here, hot and cold, and how to keep it from like scalding you. One thing I want to point out is the floor. So yes, this floor is completely available to get wet. However, there is a slight decline down into here. So if you're in here, there may be a chance you can keep water out of the entire floor because of the slight dip, but it is very slight, guys. So we noticed that the sink kind of backs up a little bit. So this does too. You'll probably have water all over the floor. Be careful. Make sure you use towels. If you see on the way out of the bathroom, you see additional place for water to drain. So I don't think it'll actually come out into the room, but there's potential for this floor to be very slippery. All right, so the next thing we have over here is a sink, and I hope you guys have seen all the grab bars in here. And again, I pulled on them. They're very, very sturdy. Nothing to worry about. I think Royal Caribbean's doing a good job of trying to keep everybody safe. One side of the mirror you'll see open. Corey just closed it for us.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And so, again, there's extra bathroom storage. I do wish the countertop was a little bit bigger in terms of more to put stuff. But otherwise, I mean, it's very similar to most any Royal Caribbean bathroom. So I just wanted to come at the end of this video and just say a couple things really quick. First off, Corey can tell you I was very hesitant to film this accessible room and share it with the internet. And the reason is there is so much backlash on the internet back and forth with people at home trying to determine who and who does not need to use a handy, capable, or an accessible room on a cruise ship. And I think that's really unfortunate. Yes, there may be some people who book them saying they just want bigger space, but I'd like to believe that that's few and far in between. Most people realize that these rooms are so scarce that you are only booking them if you truly do need them. And I think for a ship this size, this is like mid-ship size, there should definitely be more accessible rooms. But I think what we define as accessible, maybe we need to broaden a little bit. Accessible does not just mean people who are in a wheelchair and cannot get up out of that wheelchair at all. It could be people who are on scooters. It could be people who just have mobility issues. Maybe they need grab bars. Maybe they need shower seats. Maybe they even need, hey, they're selling alone and they have some issues, but it's helpful to them to have a call button. You know, if they need to call somebody and get help. Maybe their blood sugar has dropped. There are so many different reasons people could need accessibility in their staterooms other than just maybe a larger room. And I think, unfortunately, when people see people in larger rooms who may not need a larger room itself, they just assume you don't need the room at all, and that's not true. So what I would love to see is Royal Caribbean, and if they're doing this, I don't know about it yet, so I'll check into it, is create a broader range of accessibility in rooms. I mean, it could even be for somebody who is hearing impaired. Maybe they need lights for signals to know, you know, hey, we need to get out of the room, or somebody is knocking at your door, or whatever it is. Just different types of things for different accessibility needs. I really wish they would do something like that. Scooters. I know I've heard people on scooters, they can walk. You don't know anything about that person while they're on that scooter, and it's not for you to judge. But I do feel like there's some people who are on scooters that if they had a place to park the scooter other than the room, maybe they wouldn't need such a large size cabin. But there's no other place to park them. You can't put them in the hall. So now all of a sudden, you have to have a handicap room or accessible room. What about somebody who just has mobility issues? Maybe they have a rollator. Maybe they have a walker. Maybe they just need grab bars in the bathroom or something like that. Again, it's not the size of the room they need. It's accessible safety features that they need in the room that aren't provided in some of the regular rooms. So I think because we know space on a ship is premium, they're not going to build 100 larger size cabins for people in wheelchairs. They're just not going to do that. But what they could do is modify some of the existing rooms so that people who don't necessarily have a wheelchair but need some of those other assistive devices could get some of the regular rooms and maybe lessen the competition for those who are indeed in wheelchairs. It's little things like that that I think I would love to see cruise ships, especially given the age of the clientele, the people who are on the ships. You know, I want to cruise, till I'm 100. So I foresee that some of these things I may need or want, and Corey may need or want. You may need or want, right? So I would like to see some other opportunities for, again, some more accessible, but redefining accessible and maybe looking at exactly what the needs are, so that everybody can enjoy being on a cruise ship and have these opportunities. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for now. If you have any questions, we're going to do, as always, we're going to do a wrap-up video after we're finished with this, so hopefully we'll answer your questions there. But if you have some while this one is going out, because we usually do the wrap-up as overall at the end, go ahead and put them down in the comments. We'll be sure to try to address them during our wrap-up video. If not, we really, really try to respond to anything down in the comments and get back to you. But otherwise, this is going to conclude our Royal Caribbean Serenade of the Seas accessible balcony tour. Thanks for watching.
Okay guys, so we hope you enjoyed that video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know every time we post new videos. Have a great day.
Bye.